Okay, welcome back to the AJ Bell Stadium with Swinton Lions YouTube channel. Live commentary of this friendly between Swinton and Salford. The second half just about to restart. Swinton trailing by 22 points to 6. The scoreboard still says 22-4, but that conversion, I assure you, did go over. Swinton take the restart. Salford look as though they're continuing with much of the same team that started the game. Still waiting for the substitutions. We'll have reaction to this game from Stuart Littler and the Swinton players on the YouTube channel soon. Remember to subscribe and then you'll get updates and notifications of when new videos are going on there. But it's Salford in possession at the start of this second half. Tompkins in acting half. On halfway. So they have made a few changes with Tompkins coming in. High kick, which Mike Butt has to deal with. And Junior Sow, well, he went to make the tackle, but he managed to get round him. So Swinton starting this second half, 15 from their own line. Jack Hansen in acting half at the moment, but Hayden Hansen steps in front. The two Hansens there, not related. Roger Lloyd with the carry for Swinton. Freezing afternoon. Lloyd plays it and Hansen goes left. Hall thought about the pass, but Braycheck had overrun it slightly. Hall has to take the tackle on the Swinton 40, and the Lions will look to get the kick away. Again, good pressure on the kick of Jack Hansen, who I think kicked the ground there because his kick didn't go very far and it just went along the ground just inside the Salford half. And another poor end to the set for the Lions in terms of getting that kick away and getting distance on it. So Salford on halfway with Tompkins playing at hooker in the second half. Brought down by Braycheck. Tompkins in position again. 40 metres, central position. Salford's just starting to work through the squad. Vatave, I think that is, with the carry there. Tompkins comes left this time. Good shape on the move from Salford. O'Brien finds a gap and he's looking for support, but he won't need it. Gaz O'Brien goes in for the try. And Salford open the scoring in the second half. The former Swinton man, Gareth O'Brien, takes the score to Salford 26, Swinton 6. He found a gap with the dummy and had the pace. Gabe Fell couldn't get across. And O'Brien will look to convert his own try. Slow start to the second half for Swinton. And O'Brien gets the try. Salford able to really freshen things up. I don't think Swinton will be able to call on Matt Sarsfield in the second half. He went straight down the tunnel and he's not, by the looks of it, on the sideline anymore with the substitutes. So Swinton already a man down to 4 substitutes compared to Salford's dozen or so. They really have got a full team on the bench. O'Brien to try and convert his own try. 5 metres in from the near touchline. So a right footer from the left. It should be easier than some of those kicks he had in the first half. And Swinton regroup behind the posts while O'Brien prepares to take the kick. He's become a real quality, consistent Super League player over the last few years. And his strike is perfectly between the posts. The flags go up. O'Brien takes his personal tally. Up by another 2 points. Salford lead by 28 points to 6. Someone really needs to tell the scoreboard operator that Swinton are on 6. And it's Danny Ansell to take the restart again for Swinton.
Salford conversion in the 44th minute is number 1, Gareth O'Brien.
Kick to the near side, taken by O'Brien. And the ball went loose there in the tackle. The referee spotted it. Knock on the first, and Swinton head and feed. 25 from the post. A good chance here for Swinton to try and build up pressure and maybe look to complete a set. There's not been too many that Swinton have gone through the set well and got a good kick away at the end of it, but they were hoping for more than just a kick at the end of this set. Jack Hansen, it'll be to put the ball in. And Hayden Hansen may come out the base of the scrum. Well, it is Hansen. He allows the ball to just hit his boots and passes to Ansell. Chris Worrell with the opening drive. Hayden Hansen goes in at acting half. Braycheck with the carry. Swinton edging the way towards the Salford post. Central position. Hayden Hansen looking towards Taylor. But he goes past Taylor. Flat ball, and Hall makes half a break. He was almost through there, the Foley man. To the right, Swinton come again. Jack Hansen. The attack shape not looking great, but that's a good flow from Hansen to Hansen. Hayden Hansen going for the line, just short there. The Salford team being warned to stay on side and not encroach there. Ansell shouts her forward, and the forward pass is given, so Swinton have wasted that chance as Worrell looked to get through. I think he was caught high there as well, but the forward pass had already been given. Swinton may have had a penalty had the pass not been forward. Well, the referee had already blown up. So Salford head and feed 10 from their own posts. And Swinton again squandering a chance to try and work on their attacking shape. They've not been too bad defensively, some good moments for them in defence, but attack-wise we've not seen a lot from Swinton. The attacking shape's been what this team's been known for over the last few years, but it'll take time to work out new systems under a new coach with plenty of new faces in the squad. Junior Sow eyes up the Swinton line but can't find a way through. Braycheck brings him down. And Salford making slow progress up towards halfway, still on their own 30. Tompkins plays narrow. Griffin knocks off the first tackler of Hankinson, then finds an offload back to Tompkins. Good play this from Salford. O'Brien was looking for support but couldn't get the ball away. But Salford now just 5 metres short of halfway, keeping the ball alive there. And there's a chip in behind. Kane's come on for Swinton. We can see him wearing the scrum cap there. I didn't see him coming on, but he'll get his first touch in a moment. He got back there to snuff out the danger, and here he is, Elliot Kane, the former Wakefield man. He's lost the ball in the tackle, but he was ripped out. So Swinton have a penalty. Elliot Kane's first carry ended with the ball on the floor, but it wasn't his fault. Ripped out in the tackle. It's a nice penalty for Swinton to win on their own 20. And a chance to kick towards halfway. George Tyson just limping as he makes his way back into the Swinton lineup. He did have a knock to his knee at training in the week after colliding with Ben Austin. Both of them cleared to play today, but maybe the after effects of that collision, it made a terrific sound as the two knees collided on Tuesday night. Worrell with the carry over halfway for Swinton. Can they complete a set, see out the set and get a good kick at the end of it? The Salford line up very quick, as you'd expect from a full-time team. No slow down for them, and the ball's gone loose again from Hall. Knock on just inside the Salford half. Hall holds his hands up in apology to his teammate. I think maybe he was hoping the referee might salvage him there with a penalty, but no such thing given. And Salford have head and feed this time. Looks as though Rob Louis about to come on for the home team. One of the stars of the season for them last year. He's looking a bit cold on the sideline, actually. He's not even got onto the field yet, but he's looking shivery. Tompkins out the back of the scrum, and Salford are over halfway as Junior Sow goes in at acting half this time. Moving towards the far side. Well and brought down. So it's Tompkins again trying to play on the narrow side, trying to work an overlap and maybe test out Elliot Kane's defence. He's a slight figure, the speedster. He can do 100 metres in under 11 seconds, so Hopefully we get to see him with ball in hand, but Salford moving right back across the field. It's a loose pass. Mike Butt's racing to drop on the loose ball. He does get there eventually, but he's carried into touch. I think he was hoping the tackle had been completed. Rodri Lloyd doesn't agree with the touch judge there. Butt's ball carrying arm was down on the floor there in the tackle. Sal picked him up off the deck and just carried him over the touchline, dumped him into touch. Could perhaps have been called as a completed tackle, but it'll be Salford head and feed on halfway. Gaz O'Brien looks as though he may put the ball into this one. Wellham coming across and joining in the scrum. Tompkins at the back of the scrum pulls it out. Louis still waiting for his chance. Vatave coming on for Wellham, and there's a break on the far side. Salford should score again. Gabe Fell can't get across, and Salford are in. The substitution causing distractions. Rob Lewis still waiting to come on, but Salford have scored again. They take the score to 32 points to 6. I took my eye off the game in progress there while I was checking out the substitution. We'll wait for the stadium announcer to tell us who scored that, but Swinton went to sleep there on the scrum. They were still perhaps arguing the decision.
On his first appearance in a Red Devils jersey, it's number 22, Daryl Hallmark.
Daryl Hallmark, who he's played against Swinton before a couple of years ago. It may have been for Hemel or one of the expansion teams he was at. And he did play against Swinton, I remember his name. So he's obviously made a step up to get his chance, and he scored in his debut. Just show the pathway there from League One up towards Super League. And O'Brien can kick again from the right of the posts. Rob Louis is about to come on now. Evans, I think, going up. O'Brien knocks over the conversion and adds another 2 points to Salford's total. It's Salford 34, Swinton 6. Daryl Hallmark with the latest try. And Rob Louis just come on. Very popular player. O'Brien, 5 from 6 with the boot so far.
Also confirmation of a Salford substitution in back play.
And Danny Ansell could take another restart. Ansell gets height on the kick, but not too much distance. And Salford again will be in a good position. Vatave with the carry, and Salford already up to the 30. Junior Sal just collared there by Connor Taylor. Salford playing from right to left, keeping the ball alive. Tompkins to Louis with his first touch, and he's evaded the tackle of Kane. Salford have a 3-man overlap. George Tyson's trying to get back and shut down the angle. Swinton still can't make the tackle, and eventually Salford stopped 5 metres short of the line. Well, they had a 3-man overlap there, and they probably feel they maybe should have scored. Back in field they come with Louis. Well, the ball goes to ground. That's surely a knock-on, and the knock-on's given. Sarcastic applause from the Swinton support to our left. Swinton survived. Salford really should have scored from that position. Swinton have head and feed 10 metres from their own posts. So Jack Hansen to put the ball in. Out the back of the scrum it comes again with Hayden Hansen. And it's Worrell with the carry. Luke Waterworth about to come back on for the Lions. I think that'll be a straight swap for Hayden Hansen. Still working his way back to match fitness, having joined pre-season late in the day. Slow play the ball again for Swinton. Taylor with the carry, but no headway being made from the Lions up the middle. Perhaps they need to try and move the ball a bit quicker. Braychek again up the middle, making no ground, the Salford line. Good line speed from them. They've not let it slip all game. They've got enough substitutes to keep fresh, and full-time athletes as they are, they should be able to keep it up for longer than you'd expect the Lions to do. So it's Waterworth comes on, and it's Hall, I think, who's going off. Play on, says the referee, as Taylor's almost in trouble for lying on at the play the ball. 40 metres from the post. Junior Sow goes in at acting half. Louis just drops the ball off, and Salford cut back inside, looking for offloads again. The ball goes to ground again. I think it's a knock-on. Swinton will have head and feed again. Salford just running through the moves here, trying out some creative play. Rob Louis just trying to work his way through some little interchanges there, but again it goes to ground. See the rustiness of both teams, the Swinton fans making themselves heard. Remember, if you subscribe to the Swinton Lions YouTube channel, you'll get the notifications, you'll get the alerts when we're live, and you won't have to keep checking it yourself. You'll know when things are going on there. We'll have post-match reaction with Stuart Littler later on. We'll speak to some of the players as well. It looks as though Jalou, the Frenchman's, about to come back on for Swinton. Meanwhile, the scrum's been taken, and George Tyson almost threatens a break there. It takes 3 men to stop him again. He really is a live wire, but he's slow back to his feet following that tackle. And again, the Salford line up very quickly. The referee's not keeping a lot of distance between the sides, which is certainly working in Salford's favour. Braychek with the carry. And Hayden Hansen was in a collision off the ball there and has just limped away slightly from it. Webb. Oh, Hankinson it is who plays it. Jack Hansen drops it off to Braychek. And on the 40, that's the last. Swinton need to get a better kick away this time. They've not done well at that so far in the game, but they go through hands back to Ansel, who just boots it skyward. Rob Louis is underneath it but not looking at the ball, so it takes a bounce. Knocked back by George Tyson. It's still the last. Swinton try a crossfield kick which comes off the back of a Salford head, and then the ball goes to ground off a Salford boot, and that should be a reset tackle count, and it is. And Swinton can start the set on halfway. A real melee for the ball there. Swinton coming up with possession with Elliot Kane now, who makes no ground again and tackled on halfway. Swinton fans again just trying to show the backing for the team. Taylor onto Hansen, better shape this from Swinton. Webb finds Hankinson, he's got Butt outside him. 4 Salford men after him. Butt's well tackled. It's Little John who gets across, I think, or Gaz O'Brien. Swinton go back in field, back along the line. Good pass that from Fell. Kane hasn't got enough space on the outside. Has to just take the tackle. Better from Swinton though, working the ball from side to side. Tyson tries to go himself from acting half, and that's a silly attempt at an offload which goes to ground. Elliot Kane kicks it on and grounds the ball behind the try line, but it was a clear forward pass / knock on from George Tyson, and it'll be head and feed to Salford. Andy Braychek coming off, and Jalou replaces him. So Gavin Bennion will be coming on for Salford as well. Salford head and feed, 10 from their own posts on this grey Salford afternoon. Swinton down to 4 substitutes with the loss of Matt Sarsfield, who he pulled up in the warm-up, and they changed the starting lineup. He did come on and played a brief spell but went off again. Let's hope that's not a serious injury. It does mean Swinton have just the 4 substitutes compared to Salford's dozen or so. Tompkins picks up, still inside their own half, but Salford have made their way up to halfway. Bennion coming on halfway. Tompkins darts himself from acting half. Sow well met, good tackle that from Chris Hankinson, gets the Swinton fans excited, and another good tackle from the play the ball, and that's the handover. Good work there from Mike Butt. And Chris Hankinson with the good shoulder, he gets a pat on the back from Gabe Fell, but reacted quicker at the play of the ball and just tackled the acting half. And Swinton win the ball back well. Good defensive moment for the Lions. Waterworth in at acting half. Hayden Hansen still on the field. It's Jalou with the carry who's put on his back and makes no ground. He never got up any speed there and couldn't do much with it. Waterworth goes left to Hayden Hansen. Sizes up the Salford line, and still Swinton on their own 40. They've not made much ground here. Taylor out to Worrell, who's brought down on halfway. Not a great set this for the Lions in terms of making ground up the field. Onto the Salford 40, and that's the 5th. They need to come up with a good play at the end of this set. Well, they don't need to. They've won a penalty for holding on. A gift for Swinton on the last, on the Salford 40, just lying on for a moment too long. Swinton take the tap penalty, and Worrell again angles it in. He's looked very keen this afternoon. Worrell, as Ansell runs along the line looking for support. It's his Welsh teammate Rodri Lloyd. The two went to the World Cup together with the carry. Waterworth in at acting half again. Jack Hansen just caught in possession. There was no real runner. He finds an offload. It's picked up by Taylor. Swinton kept the ball alive well, but it didn't seem like they were quite sure what move they were going to pull there. Hayden Hansen meets the ball at speed. And Swinton now just 15 short. Can they make a play on this Salford line? Working their way back to the right. Jack Hansen gets it away to Fell. Tackled by Sow on the 10. That's the last. Hankinson goes in at acting half. He's got Mike Butt to his right, but he'll go in field. Jack Hansen tries the grubber kick in behind. It's well dealt with. And Swinton have given away a penalty for a high tackle. I think O'Brien swept round well there and intercepted the ball. But he was caught high, and he can kick it into touch. Well, Kane kept interested by the kick. He almost keeps it in field, but it is a very good kick up to the 40 from right under his own posts. Elliot Kane thought for a second there he might be able to keep it in field, but it was well judged from O'Brien. And he finds touch, and now Salford are on halfway. In a useful position with Rob Louis starting to orchestrate things in the middle. Logan Tompkins in acting half again. But there's just a delay because Salford have a man down. The referee stops the clock. Remember, the heritage kit that Swinton are wearing today will be auctioned off after the Wigan friendly. There's only been 25 shirts made, and they're a very nice shirt. They'll be auctioned off after the Wigan game. A one-off, or a 25 off I should say, piece of memorabilia there that people will be able to bid on. Hopefully raise some money for the club. Swinton fans are still cheering the team, trailing by 34 points to 6 as they are. Salford making a change while we wait for treatment to be given. Replaced by our new arrival, number 25, Levy Nzugu. If you go to swintonlionsshop.com, you'll be able to have a look at the merchandise that we've got for this season. The heritage range is very nice. The home kit and away kit are both available on there. Training wear, leisure wear, everything you need. swintonlionsshop.com. You'll be able to get all your memorabilia, all your warmth. There's some warm gear which maybe we could have done with this afternoon. It's absolutely freezing here at the AJ Bell Stadium. Broadcasting live on YouTube, Swinton Lions YouTube, sponsored by Techmark. The referee's put something on report there. I'm not sure what it was, but he's made the signal that it's gone on report. And Salford can get back underway again. The Swinton fans are enjoying themselves despite trailing by 34 points to 6. Tompkins plays narrow. Salford trying to work it to Sow. Shouts her forward. And the referee agrees. That to the delight of the Swinton fans who are all on their feet applauding that decision. It was quite a dramatic gesture from the referee as well, a theatrical signal. Swinton have head and feed, and Salford allowing the concentration to go. I've got to say the number 1 on Gaz O'Brien's back isn't very well designed. It looks a bit like a number 7 from here. They needed to use a sans serif font for the numbers. I don't like the embellishments they put on the numbers. It makes them harder to read. Anyway, that's just me. Swinton have head and feed, 30 metres from their own line. Jack Hansen to put the ball in. Luke Waterworth at the back of the scrum. Out it comes. Tyson looking to run it again. He looks a threat, but he's lost the ball in the tackle. And Salford pick up with Rob Louis, who hits the deck without contact. He just stumbled there, Louis. Salford have the ball back, 30 from the Swinton line, and shouts are forward again from the Swinton fans. There's a real wrestle going on in the middle as Salford try and set up an attack. Tompkins to Louis again. He's a classy operator, Rob Louis. Does the simple things well. And he's dictating the game at the moment. Tompkins darts away from acting half. Central position now, Salford just 5 or 6 metres short of the Swinton line. Swinton defending under the post. I think they'll go to the far side here. They may have an overlap. Louis moves it on, and it's the missed out pass. Kane had come in off his wing, and Salford are in again on the far side. It was telegraphed what they were going to do. Elliot Kane had to come inside because of the overlap. Louis with the miss out pass, and Salford score on the far side. Take the score to 38 points to 6 to the home team. Swinton have not kept possession well, not played the territory very well this afternoon. It's Olferts again on the far side. Gets his second try on his debut. Simple finish that one though. It was a stroll-in, unopposed. And he didn't do the best job of getting in field to help Gaz O'Brien with this kick, because he'll have to strike it from the right-hand side, just a few metres in from the touchline. So O'Brien, with 5 or 6 goals to his name already this afternoon, will add another if he can knock this over from the far side. So O'Brien prepares to take the kick. Salford have 5 or 6 substitutes warming up in front of us. Chris Wellham, I think, is one of them. He might come back on. Swinton haven't got the numbers to be able to rotate things round as much. O'Brien strikes it, but the flag stayed down this time. He watched it all the way, but it was across the face of goal. So the score remains Salford 38, Swinton 6. Olferts with a couple of tries. The Swinton fans have certainly been the more vocal of the support here this afternoon. They're making themselves heard again. I don't know if it comes across on the stream, but they are making quite a racket to our left on the far side. So Ansell, well, it's Hankinson who's going to take the restart this time. A change up for Swinton on the kicking. Hankinson strikes it, but Swinton had 6 or 7 players beyond him, and they've all been given offside. That was really rusty play from the Lions. Hankinson wasn't happy with the players that had run ahead, but it wasn't just one person, it was 5 or 6 of them. A simple decision for the referee, and O'Brien takes the penalty from halfway and knocks it into touch, and Salford on the 30 with the tap. Junior Sow takes it. Poor play that from Swinton. Offside on a kickoff, unforgivable stuff. Salford reverse the play. Tompkins, the ball goes loose again. Another knock-on's given. Swinton tried to pick it up. Everyone's lost it. The first knock-on will be given, so Swinton head and feed. Salford set completion not been great. Neither side's completed particularly well this afternoon, but it is only the first friendly, and it's worth remembering that. Plenty of work to be done before the season starts. For Swinton, it'll be a trip to Toulouse Slightly disappointing that our trip to the south of France will happen at the start of February and not in the height of summer. But nothing we could do about that. Worrell with the carry. 15 from the Swinton post, central position. Waterworth in at acting half, appeals to the referee for a penalty. Now, Jalou, the Frenchman, he's not had quite the impact maybe we would have hoped, although his carry did set up the Hankinson try in the first half for Swinton. Here is Hankinson, the Lions try scorer with a decent carry. And Swinton just short of halfway. They've made steady progress. Ansell moves it on with a long pass which Jack Hansen takes above his head. Fell, joining the line, runs into Junior Sow on halfway, and that's the last. Hankinson at acting half. On it. But again, that's evidence of Swinton's rustiness, not quite having that final play ready and having to hurry the kick, and in the end they didn't get much distance on it. Dave Parkinson still listening. Thanks for your comments, Dave. He's saying there are worse places to go at the end of February. Well, unfortunately, it's not the end of February. It's the first weekend of February, so might be a bit warmer than it is here at the AJ Bell, but probably not too much warmer. We'll not be taking shorts and T-shirts anyway, that's for sure. But Salford in possession inside their own half. Over halfway, and a missed tackle in the middle. Jalou again a bit slow to get his arms up. Rob Louis carrying on for Salford. Up the middle, Hankinson struggling to get away from the tackle. Just looking a bit uncertain of his position in the line there. Tompkins goes right. Salford ploughing a furrow up the middle. And Swinton lined up 10 from their own post. Salford 20 from the line. Louis tries the dummy. But Swinton weren't biting that one. He still makes 10 metres though, and that's the last. Swinton on their own line. Salford looking to line up a move towards the near side. But it's a flat ball, and it's gone to ground again. Tompkins tries to block off Rodri Lloyd, who manages to pick it up despite the attempted obstruction. And Swinton now can start the set. 30 from the post. Another pass that goes to ground. Rodri Lloyd reacted well. Tompkins probably could have picked up the ball there if he'd have been interested, but instead he was more concerned with blocking off Rodri Lloyd. He missed him completely, and Lloyd picked the ball up. And Swinton up towards halfway with Chris Hankinson now. Jalou coming off Braycheck. Swinton keeping things fresh. There's Jack Hansen again. Delays the pass. Better from Swinton right across the field. Fell to Tyson, who looks a yard quicker than everyone else in a Swinton shirt. It's a sloppy play the ball. He's won another penalty. And that's 3 or 4 times now George Tyson has won penalties for the Lions. Salford have been quick to shut him down, but he has still managed to make an impact even when tackled. Winning a series of penalties for Swinton. And in an attacking sense, I think he's probably been the pick of the bunch for the Lions this afternoon. Swinton in a good position. Jack Hansen onto Fell. But Salford getting numbers across. They're so quick with the sliding defence. Move across the line quicker than the Lions can manage. Back inside again, Hankinson with a fumble, but he keeps hold of it. And he's brought down 10 from the line. Central position. Waterworth in at acting half. Comes to the right, Jack Hansen. In for the second try of the afternoon. Salford went to sleep, but Swinton did build a bit of pressure there, and it's Chris Hankinson who scores it. Swinton up to 8. It's Salford 38, Swinton 8 with the kick to come. It's Swinton 10. I keep forgetting the scoreboard hasn't been updated. 38-10's the score, and Hankinson and when they worked it back towards the near side, Hankinson had support outside him. He didn't need it. And Hankinson crosses for his first try of the season as a cold breeze drifts in. And the Swinton fans are enjoying that. Salford starting to make a few more changes again. Look, Wood warming back up for them. Hankinson taking his time over the kick. The wind has picked up as the game's gone on. It's a kick from about 10-12 metres in from touchline on the right hand side. Hankinson's left footed, so that should help him. Really improved as last season went on, Chris Hankinson, and he struck it beautifully between the posts. The flags go up. Swinton add another 2. It's Salford 38, Swinton 12.
It's number 3, Chris Hankinson. Also a confirmation of the 2 Salford.
Hankinson just throwing a piece of padding or something from under his shirt onto the sideline. I'm not sure what that was. But Hankinson successfully converts his own try. And it's O'Brien to kick us back underway, chipping it up towards the far side. And it's George Tyson who takes it on the full. Taylor coming off for Aaron Hall as the conversion was taken. Elliott came with the carry again. Very much reminiscent of Harry Aronson, who plays at Keighley now. He played for Swinton a couple of years ago. A speedy winger, but certainly got some developing to do, I think, physically. Swinton on halfway though. Hayden Hanson looking quick around the ruck area suddenly. That's the last, but Swinton are inside the Salford 40. A decent set backing up the try. And the kick's a high one from Ansell, which Kane looks to get underneath, but Salford have taken it nicely on the full. And they'll start the set 20 from their own posts.
Thank you very much, one and all, for your support here this afternoon at the AJ Bell Stadium.
The attendance has just been announced, I think. 2,036 is the attendance, so a good crowd that.
Also, we'd like to confirm our Salford Red Devils
2,036 in attendance here for this pre-season friendly. A good attendance.
making his first appearance in a Salford jersey, number 7, Jack Littlejohn.
Over 300 Swinton fans making the short journey round the M60. Salford in possession. I think they had a penalty while that attendance was announced, so the 25 add some score to their already handsome lead. Louis, that looked a bit forward again, but no shouts from the fans, so it mustn't have been forward. Salford just 5 short now. Swinton goal line defence will be tested. If they go the far side, they could have forced an overlap, but they come inside with Louis. O'Brien puts the kick in behind. Sal's after it, and it's gone dead off Mike, but he did well under pressure there. Junior Sal almost got the loose ball. All it was possible for Mike Butt to do was knock it dead behind the post, and Swinton will take the drop out. Rodri Lloyd, I think he's down on one knee, receiving some treatment. Squirting a bit of water on his head. It's not a good idea. It's absolutely freezing. Might freeze. He could have an icicle on his nose. Hankinson, I think, will take the drop out from under the posts. But Swinton, certainly they've held up better than they did last time we played Salford on this venue. I think Salford got over 60 points on that occasion. It's been a more even game. Salford have been rusty. They looked pretty good on that day. They've been a bit rusty today. The set move's not quite coming off. Rob Louis moving it on, but they're able to keep the team fresh. Constant changes. Tompkins goes right, 10 from the post. Salford again, the move just breaking down. Rob Louis slips and has to cut back in field and brought down 10 metres. So no game from Salford there. The move just coming to a halt. Looks like Connor Taylor will be back on shortly for Swinton. Salford 5 short, right under the post. Tompkins may try it himself. He moves the ball right. O'Brien onto Louis. There was a late shot there. Louis throws the dummy and Rob Louis scores. And there's a bit of afters from that. There was a late shot on a Salford man and the players go rushing in. But I think it'll be calmed down fairly quickly. The touch judges are on. Rob Louis scored anyway amongst all that. Salford lead by 42 points to 12. And there's still referees trying to separate the two sides. Swinton players just being directed now to back behind the post, but there's still angry exchanges on the field. Salford didn't like the late tackle that went in. The referee may be about to pull a card out of his pocket actually. Or was he just keeping his hand warm in his back pocket? We'll find out shortly. Swinton are moving back behind the post now. The touch judges are both still on and in discussion with the referee, who stops the clock rather belatedly. Both teams rushed in. I didn't really see anything in terms of serious punches or anything being thrown. It was handbags as much as anything, and I think the referee's happy that that's an end to the matter. The touch judges head back to take their positions to judge the conversion attempt. The referee takes a drink and Gaz O'Brien gets ready to take the kick. Salford fans just starting to cheer. Maybe they feel the game's safe now at 42 points to 12. The Swinton fans are still the more vocal. Terrific support as O'Brien prepares to take this kick. So Swinton Lions on YouTube, subscribe to get notifications and updates of when we're live, when videos are on. O'Brien strikes the kick, over it goes. Lions TV sponsored by Techmark. Broadcasting commentaries for the first time this season. We'll be bringing you the videos as well. All the action from Swinton throughout 2018 through the YouTube channel. Swinton_Lions on Twitter for updates and news stories. O'Brien knocked over the conversion there, so 44 points to 12. It's been a good workout this for Swinton as Chris Hankinson gets ready to take the restart. But Andy Braycheck's in discussion with the referee. I still think there's some dispute over what happened in the aftermath of that try. Andy Braycheck not backwards in coming forwards, expressing his opinions, but we can get back underway. Danny Ansell stopped taking the kicks. Hayden Hansen gets a standing ovation from the Swinton fans as he comes off on the near side. It's Hankinson who tries the short kickoff. Is it going to go 10? I don't think it will. Elliot Kane catches it, but it had only gone 8 metres. So Swinton maybe just wanting to have another go with ball in hand. The kick didn't come off, and Salford from the kickoff get another penalty.
The substitution for Swinton Lions sees number 14, Hayden Hansen, replaced by 22, Connor Taylor.
Connor Taylor, the man to replace Hayden Hansen. That may be his afternoon done. He's getting wrapped up. It's a bit of a temperature difference from Australia, where he's flown over from since Christmas. But it's Salford who are on the attack late in the game. Tompkins moving in field. O'Brien onto Louis. Look to him forward again, but there's a gap in the middle and Salford are in. Another try for the home side. It was a simple move along the line. Rob Louis' pass was perfect, as it so often is. Perfectly weighted, and Salford have scored again. Swinton's concentration just dropping, I think. And Salford will have an eye on reaching the 50-point mark now.
Scoring in the final minute of his first Salford
Last minute of the game.
It's
Bennion who scores the hooter goals as O'Brien gets ready to take the kick. He's 48 points to 12 before the kick. Junior Sow's going across. I think Junior Sow might have a pop at goal. Well, there's some discussion between the Salford players as to who's going to take it. Well, Sow was about to take a drop kick there before O'Brien does take over. It's immaterial really, but Salford will win the game. O'Brien should score. He takes no time over it, knocks it between the posts. It's a full time at the AJ Bell Stadium. A useful first run out for the Lions and for Salford. Salford come out winners, 50 points to 12. The tries for Swinton, Hayden Hanson in the first half and Chris Hankinson in the second half. Swinton, the bad news was an injury to Matt Sarsfield. Let's hope that wasn't too serious. But a useful run out for the Lions. Definitely things to work on in attack. The attacking shape wasn't as crisp as it'll need to be to trouble to lose in February. Defensively not too bad though. Standout performance for me, I think Chris Worrell and Connor Taylor both gave it a real good go. George Tyson asked questions of the Salford line on every occasion, as he always does. And Hayden Hanson got a try in his debut. We'll get the after-match reaction with Stuart Littler and some of the players as well. Thanks for listening this afternoon. Full time at the AJ Bell Stadium, Salford 50, Swinton 12.